Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In just 3 years, the Biden administration has allowed more than 6 million illegal aliens into our country, 4.4 million deliberate releases, and 1.8 million known gotaways. Now, that's a combined population the size of the entire state of Missouri, our 18th largest state with 8 congressional districts. The Mexican drug cartels fully control the border. No one gets through without their permission. Every migrant pays a steep toll to them for illegal entry into the United States, and most enter owing them thousands of dollars. These debts are brutally enforced by the cartels in our own country, amounting to slavery for those in their thrall. Violent foreign gangs now do their bidding. MS-13, Tren Aragua, and others are already well entrenched in our major cities, openly recruiting young illegal migrants to do their bloody business. Now, we've warned for years that the Democrats' open border policies would soon produce the criminal gang and cartel violence now common in third world countries like Mexico, in our own neighborhoods and in our own communities, and it's clear that that's now happening. As just one example, earlier this month, NYPD officers arrested 5 migrants in a sting operation looking into a gang of criminals who use stolen mopeds and scooters to violently snatch phones and wallets from pedestrians, mainly women. As of February 5th, police had named 9 suspects, all from Venezuela, Ecuador, or Colombia. We all know of the 9 illegal migrants who beat New York police officers, were released without bail, and fled. One was just rearrested for robbing Macy's a week ago Tuesday. Just last week, a 15-year-old Venezuelan in a taxpayer-paid shelter shot a Brazilian tourist during a botched robbery in Times Square and then opened fire on police. 4 were arrested in Troy, Michigan for multiple smash and grab robberies at a mall. In Chicago last week, 4 Venezuelan migrants who'd been here for less than a month and had already racked up 3 arrests for retail theft and, of course, immediately released, choked a CTA train rider into unconsciousness during a vicious robbery. Kyla Hamilton was murdered in her own home by an El Salvadorian migrant that this administration released into our country, despite the fact he had a tattoo identifying himself as an MS-13 gang member. Kayla's grieving mother addressed the Immigration Subcommittee last year. Laken Riley's young life has now been added to this growing butcher's bill for the Democrats' open border policies. The suspect in that case, deliberately allowed into the country, deliberately released by this administration, committed multiple crimes, repeatedly released by Democratic prosecutors, and now this. How many such monsters have the Democrats already allowed into this country? How many more will they allow before the American people stop them? This bill arises from Secretary Mayorkas's infamous memo that instructs ICE not to necessarily remove illegal immigrants, even if they are required to be removed by existing law for criminal acts. Here's how that works. Under the Trump administration in 2019, ICE arrested illegal aliens who accounted for 4,700 robbery charges and convictions. Last year, despite a 153% increase in border encounters, ICE arrested aliens who were responsible for only 3,100 robbery charges and convictions, a drop of 35%. So while more illegal aliens are entering the United States than ever before, ICE is removing fewer criminal aliens from the United States. In fiscal year 2023, the Biden administration removed nearly 60% fewer criminal aliens with criminal convictions and criminal charges than the Trump administration did in fiscal 2019. Again, despite a 153% increase in illegal migration. So in what world does this make sense? According to a staff report released by this committee just last month, DHS's own data show that there are 618,000 aliens on ICE's non-detained docket who have criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. That means that more than 500,000 criminal aliens are in U.S. communities, free to reoffend and victimize even more Americans. The threats of Biden's policies are widespread, but this bill takes a small stab at common sense. The Detain and Deport Illegal Aliens Who Commit Robbery Act requires ICE to lodge detainers against illegal aliens who commit a robbery offense and mandates that such aliens be detained in ICE custody. In doing so, the bill conforms to existing law that mandates detention and has been upheld by the Supreme Court. By mandating the detention of illegal aliens who commit robbery, including those who are charged with or arrested for a robbery offense, this bill creates safer streets for every American and allows for such criminal aliens to be more quickly removed from the United States. I urge my colleagues to support the Detain and Deport Illegal Aliens Who Commit Robbery Act, and I yield back the balance of my time.